Hello everyone, I'm Tessellating Hexagons, and if you thought there was going to be footage in this episode, you are sorely mistaken. Well, it's not entirely true, I do have something at the end. But yes, what is this video? Well, it's the bonus episode of Touch Detective, because I don't want to just end the series on the final episode of gameplay. I want to give my closing thoughts. That way, if you don't want to listen to me ramble on about the game, then you don't have to. So, my general thoughts on the project. I'm glad that I did it, because it's my first LP, and it definitely won't be my last. I'm going to expand at some point. At the moment, I can only record DS games, but I'm going to work with that for as long as I can, and then I'll move on to other platforms as soon as I can. So this project specifically, I'm glad that I chose this game to start off with because it's not too strenuous. I mean, yes, the commentary isn't really it's not a good game to commentate over unless you have stuff to talk about, and thankfully I did because the game kind of plays itself if you know what you're doing, as opposed to action games or whatever. But I still had a lot of fun with it because I can commentate on all these things that normally I just keep in my head, and it makes it a very different experience both for me and for you, the viewer. And yeah, it's a relatively not very well heard of game. How do I English? Not many people have heard of it, and I'm hoping that through this LP and when I play the next game in the series, that'll spread the word of it because the series is actually crazy popular in Japan. Well, I say crazy popular. They have two games plus a third one coming out for the 3DS and some iOS thing based on fungi. I don't know. So it's popular over there, and I want to popularize it here in the West as well, in Europe and in the USA, and in this general vicinity, because it is a good game, and it's not that it's maligned or frowned upon. It's just ignored, really. It's like people don't know that it exists. But yeah, so I'd like to think that I've shown it to people who didn't know it existed, or people who overlooked it because they didn't think it was that special, and I'd like to imagine that I've convinced people to go out and buy it, or at the very least look for it. But I'd like to think that I've made some fans of the game, if not fans of me. So those are my overall thoughts on the project. Now, what's next on my channel? Well, obviously we're heading into March at the moment, so Eurovision's going to get a bit more intense. I'm going to wrap up the reviews by the middle of the month because that's the deadline. Then I'm going to do pre-reviews for the semi-finals once they get drawn, and then in fact, I'll probably do that in the week of the semi-finals. Like on the Monday and the Wednesday, I'll review the semi-finals, and maybe the Wednesday and the Friday, I'll review the outcome or something like that. I don't know. I'll work it out at the time. And I'm not sure what I'll do in the latter half of March. I will probably find something, and if I don't, I could probably fit in like a side LP or something. It won't be anything major. But yeah, I do have something planned for April, which I will, I'll speak more about that when we get to April, because that's quite a big project and it will take up the entire month, and I will be posting a video once a day. So hopefully you'll be sticking around to watch that. Please, I only have 16 subscribers. Please love me. But yeah, so that's what's coming up next. My next LP, like, I assume I don't have any filler content for March. Next LP will start. The way I've planned it, it will start in the latter half of May, and it won't be the next Touch Detective game, although that is on my list of things to do. I haven't fully decided what I'm going to play next. I do have a couple of ones on the hit list, but we'll see. It'll be as much a surprise for me as it is for you. And please do spread the word about my channel. I do thrive on likes and comments, and I just like to know that I'm loved. Please love me, Internet. So, I'm just rambling on about nothing. I'm just sort of watching Audacity in the background recording me because I'm saying all these words and it's like we're going for 4 minutes. I feel like I've not really said anything, but anyway, so yeah, Touch Detective, brilliant game. I recommend it. I'm going to play more in the series. The next LP that I do won't be the next game, but I will do it at some point. And something that I think I'll make a regular thing with these bonus episodes is I'm going to pick out either a highlights reel or my favourite part or something for each project that I do. Now, in this case, because it's basically almost a visual novel, a puzzle game sort of, there aren't really any moments where you can have an epic failure. The story only goes one way. So instead of my top 5 failures or my best bits of commentary or whatever, I'm just going to splice in a montage of all the times I say John the Wiener Man, because that's basically the running gag of this project. I said it a grand total of 34 times. If you don't believe me, I put a little counter in the corner of the montage, which I'm going to splice in any second now. Oh my god, it's John the Weenie Man. John the Weenie Man, John the Weenie Man. John the Weenie Man, the next generation of Weenie Man. John the Weenie Man. John the Weenie Man, John the Weenie Man, John the Weenie Man, John the Weenie Man. John the Weenie Man, John the Weenie Man. He's a very happy Weenie Man. John the Weenie Man. Limp and lifeless Weenie Man. John the Weenie Man. The Weenie Man is go. We're being cornered by the Weenie Man. It's attack of the Weenie Man. Weenie Man. The Weenie Man. John 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 the Weenie Man. So that was my highlight of this project, I suppose. It's not always going to be a montage of something that I say ad nauseam, and if you thought it was annoying, sorry, that's just kind of how it happened. I didn't realise I said it so much. So, yeah, this has been Touch Detective. I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and with any luck, you'll stick around for my next LP, my vlogs, my other videos, and of course my Eurovision reviews, because I'm doing this the sort of about half an hour after I did the review for the United Kingdom or thereabouts, so I'm still full of energy from that. So, yeah, that's my time, so hopefully you'll be here for subsequent videos, and until then, bye-bye!